What up, guys? It's Cobalt. I think today is getting the award for the latest I have filmed to date. Part of it was because I had house cleaners this morning. I didn't want to deal with vacuum noise and stuff like that. But I will say, having a clean house I feel like is really underrated. They did an amazing job. I have not had a cleaner here this year. And wow, what a difference. I mean, I'm not a cleaner. I'm not like messy, but I definitely don't clean. So it is very noticeable, the difference. Very grateful for them. Definitely, I feel like the whole what is it, like clean space, clean mind? There's a phrase like that, but I think that applies for me. So yeah, kind of waited till they were gone to start the channel up today. That was a bad sentence because my brain's kind of cooked right now, guys. But at the time, it was maybe around like 12 or so. Ended up going to the post office. I had a lot of multi-orders of some books that I've been clearing out, so that was awesome to have it be like right away. I think I had like 12 books go out, which is like a lot. Usually it's like 2. So went and dropped that off at the post office. And then kind of did like a circle, like, okay, post office, then grocery store to get some soy milk, which I drink like a freaking guppy. I love soy milk. I have it with my coffees. Anyways, went to go get gas, go pick up soy milk, and then what do you know, I was feeling good, had lots of energy, probably avoiding what was waiting for me when I got home. But I ended up just like actually grocery shopping. I had like 2 things on my list and I came out with the whole store. But at least grocery shopping's done now. It's usually something I do on Sundays. I was avoiding taxes. So last weekend, I worked on it and I got maybe 85% of the way there. And I'll tell you, after this year's experience, I feel like the drive to simplify is even higher because this year's taxes for me was very complicated. And it was hard to remember like which accounts I had opened, and some of the platforms I didn't make enough to get like a 1099, so then I still had to record it somehow. And then I also had 2 different QuickBooks accounts because the design business was an LLC, so I couldn't commingle it with my like solopreneur self. It was a lot. And also, okay, so dumb, you can only move your data from one account to another. If you have 2 QuickBooks accounts, which is what they tell you have to do if you have multiple businesses, they will only aggregate that data once from one business. Technically, it was possible, but you have to have a Windows computer. How dumb. So, anyways, I have a Mac. So I was out of luck. So I had to then manually enter everything. It was very painful. It took me a few hours, but I was committed to just knocking it out. Okay, so the good news is that crap is done. I don't have to think about that anymore. And I was very optimistic in thinking that I would be running profitable businesses last year. So I had a lot stuffed away for taxes, and I was able to write off enough that I didn't owe anything. So the good news here is I was able to move those funds into other parts of my life that really need help. Like, that's the nicest way to put it. Yeah. Anyways, so what I have left to do today, I still need to photo enlist my items. I really wanted to gift myself a nap after doing taxes, but I also want to just keep going and be done earlier than midnight. I mean, it's only like 5 right now, so I still have a lot of time, but still, sometimes when I start getting tired, the day just goes longer and longer and longer. And I feel like a movie is in my future. Like, I just want to stare at something, not be moving my body, and just let the world fade away. So yesterday's video I titled Tick Tick Boom, and that is actually a really good movie. And so I was thinking of watching that today. And I feel like it's even more relatable because, like, in the movie it's about this like guy who wants to be, okay, it's been a few years, I might have this wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's something about like a guy who's trying to make it as a songwriter. And it is a musical as well. So that is relatable because I am also trying to make it as a business owner. A lot of that is just getting out of my own way and just doing the things and just going for it. That is a constant practice. Okay, so I need to photo enlist. I'm going to knock that out. I'm probably going to have another coffee. I'm excited for that. I love coffees at like 4 or 5 p.m. because that's usually when I hit a wall. I was like that in the creative field as well. Like 4 p.m. on the dot, usually the wall was being hit. So I'm definitely feeling a little bit flat after getting through all the taxes. I've been building business savings. I don't know how much I've covered that on this channel. Probably not a lot, but I am trying to be more intentional with building it because it's so easy to just spend everything. And I'm now at, I think, just around 1,400 in my business savings. So I feel like I can start buying collections or acquiring collections, and that'll make my sourcing life just a smidge easier. So I did end up dipping into that, and I bought a puppet collection, and the guy was really nice to pack it for me in a way that would decrease the cost of shipping. I have to like reference his photos to see like what accessory goes with what puppet, and then also build the case that they came in. Yeah, so I've been kind of avoiding that, and I think that's the hurdle with buying bigger collections is you have to really like make it a habit to process it, because this has been sitting here like since it came in, like probably a week. It's just been here and I've been listing every day and just not touching that. If I'm having trouble like listing, for example, directly after photoing, maybe I'll build some puppets. I don't know. I just need to like get through it. And I'm also eyeing another collection right now. It's interesting. It's like when an item is like best offer on eBay and then you can see that like 8 people have it in their cart, I just have to wonder like, why is nobody buying this or making offers? So I made an offer. I'm waiting for them to get back to me. While I feel like I have reached this new kind of level of fun, there is some responsibility that I need to be aware of. Like, I can't just be buying $100 collections or $150 collections. I'm going to drain my savings really fast, and then I'm not going to have it if I actually have a real emergency that I need to pull from it. So I'm now in that next hurdle of like the dance of buying collections and then photo enlisting them and turning them over and making money with them. Like, in an ideal world, I would buy something, sell that collection within a week or two, and like 5x the money I had put into the collection, and then it would be like 5 times more in my business savings account. And so it would just be this compounding thing. Well, obviously that's going to be very hard to do if I get a collection and it just sits there for a while until I want to deal with it. This particular collection is more annoying because of all the pieces. I have to now rebuild it and then rephoto it, but also the items are bigger than if I were to just get like, you know, a small panda bear or something. So there's going to be an element here that I need to like kind of sort through of like, yes, find items that I can multiply my money with, but also let's make sure these items are going to be easy to bring into my already built system. Like, these puppets are so big I can't even put them in the boxes that the other 7 are in. So like they have to be on their own. I did it to myself, but that's business, right? It's like you solve one thing and then another set of issues come up. Also, I just feel like I should share this like noob status thing. Okay, so this is like, ugh, I feel so dumb. I mean, it worked out, but I shouldn't have done this. So on eBay, I had a markdown sale going, and I put all of the books on my 60% markdown, and it was set to end March 3rd. And I had somebody who messaged me that bought a book, and they were like, "Hey, I was wondering if you can wait to ship this because I want to shop the store and see what else I want to buy." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." Oh, I think I told you guys about this. Anyways, that night of this person who told me they were going to look at the store, I was like, "Oh, let me extend the date of this sale. So these items don't like go off sale while this guy is looking at them." And I think like in reality, like there's quite a few days till March 3rd. I probably could have waited and been safe. So I tried to extend it. It wouldn't let me extend it past the current date of March 3rd because apparently you can only do markdowns for up to 45 days. March 3rd was my 45th day. So without even thinking or reading any of the notifications it gave me, I was like, oh, I'll just copy, all of the listings and put it on a new markdown. And then I'll delete the current one. So like I put it on the new markdown, and only like 8 of the 200 books were listed. And I was like so confused on what happened. And I was like, okay, maybe I need to like delete them from the markdown strategy that's currently there. So then I removed all of the books and tried adding them to the new one. Of course, by that time it was way too late. What had happened was I deleted the 60% off sale I had running, and I tried to replace it, but eBay actually then indexes your entire store so it can move those listings to the new sale. So all of those books went back to the original price. And I was like, I'm just not going to say anything. By the way, the notification said it might take up to 12 hours for the items to show that they're in the sale. Just my luck. So the next morning, the guy reached out and he was like, "Hey, all these books I was looking at are no longer on sale. Like, what happened? Does it still apply?" And I just told him I told him what happened, and I was like, "Feel free to make offers on whatever you want, and I'll combine shipping for you." He was really nice about it. I think he was another reseller based off of his username. He was saying something like, "Oh, you deserve to keep a little bit for these extra books that I'm gonna order." And he also made me offers higher than what the discount was. And so I was like, I don't know why he did that, but whatever. And he ended up ordering another 5 books, and then now the store is working how it's supposed to. All the books are on sale, and they have the extended date to March 31st. So I don't know if you learned anything in there about what not to do, but just be careful about your markdown sales, because who knows how many sales I could have gotten had I left it alone, and people that had been following that item suddenly got a notification or boost that I discounted it. It's so dumb. I'm the dumb one, They had a notification. I just breezed right past it. So, yeah. I don't know how to wrap up this video. Alright, well, I guess life be lifing. That's the best I can come up with. So, see you guys on Monday. Bye.